hopefully this can go the way I want it. All right, so again, just think of it getting familiar with the topics or with the process. The theme is the same. The questions, the words, the values might be different, but everything else is the same. Here we go. Maybe I should have made the numbers a little bit more challenging, but that doesn't matter. First, I want to make purple, and in order to make purple, I'm going to use 1/2 cup of blue with 1 cup of red, 1/3 cup of red. If I make 20 cups of purple, how many blue and how many red did I use, right? So, 1/2 of blue, 1/2 of red. This one needs a table problem, right? So this one I'm given this. So if I have, what's 1/2 plus 1/3? 5/6 is my total, right? And then over here, I know that at the end of the day, I used 20 cups, right? How much of it was red and how much of it was blue? Okay, so this one, I'm going to divide 20 by 5/6 to find what the factor here, right? 20 divided by 5/6. And that's 24. Right, so I got my recipe and I increased it by a factor of 24. Right, so it's times 24. 1/3 times 24 is just 8. And 1/2 of 24 is 20. So you notice, right, okay, when we add, somamos, 12 and 8 is 20. And when you multiply here, right, 5/6 of 20, 24 is 20. So there's our answer. Okay, so not too crazy. All right, so this one is to make pink, but I said pink. The ratio says you have to use 5/6 red and mix it with 1/5 of blue. Ugh. 1/5 blue. So that's what the recipe says. But I said pink to make pink. Now, what did I do? So Mr. Cho, I used 20 liters of red and I used 4 liters of blue. Did I follow the recipe? Okay, did I keep it in a proportion? All right, so basically, did I multiply, did I use the same factor? So we're looking, did I multiply the 1/5 and the 5/6 by the same factor to keep it as a proportion? So let's find out. So let's do 4 divided by 1/5. Ooh. So what did I do here? 4 divided by 1/5. I think that's 20. Why does the question sound very familiar? It's 20. Right? So theoretically, I should have debería usar 20. A ver si usé 20 o no. So on the top, I'm going to do 20 divided by 5/6. 20 divided by 5/6. 20 divided by 5/6. Please on the calculator. Here we go. And I use 24. So on the top, I multiplied by 24. On the bottom, I used 20. Obviously, I did not. Did I follow the recipe? Okay. No. I did not follow the recipe, right? I didn't keep it as a proportion, so you can add that to your answer. I didn't keep it as a proportion. Notice that I multiplied the top by 24 and the bottom by 20, right? So it's different. Now, so what did I use more? What did I use more? I used more blue, usé más azul. So is the color going to be less or more pink? So I used more red, right? Usé más rojo. I used more red. So that to me means that the color is going to be like a darker pink. If I say pink más oscuro, it's going to be a darker pink. So is the color less or more pink? So that should be a more, by the way. Definitely more pink because I used more of the red. Okay. The bottom one, Sam bikes. Okay, so this is one of those questions. Bikes 1 2/3 of a mile in 3/10 of an hour. What's his miles speed in miles per hour? So what's the unit rate? What is the unit rate? So 1 2/3. Again, please show your work. Please write your units. So 3/10 of an hour. No, we don't have to change. It's already a improper or proper fraction, so we're good here. We want to find his unit rate. So cuántas millas in 1 hour. We're going to multiply this times the reciprocal, which is 10 over 3, and this by the reciprocal, which is 10 over 3, and that equals, I have no idea, 1 2/3 times 10 over 3. Enter, equals, in 1 hour, he can go 5 5/9 of a mile. So that's his unit rate. Right? So now the question is saying how much can, or how far can she bike in 3.5 hours. So let's get our unit rate down here. Miles in 1 hour. And this one we want to say in 3.5 hours. How much, or how far, I'm sorry, will she bike? Okay, so the unit's the same, it's hours and hours, so that's not a problem, so that's okay. So this would be times 3.5, and over here would be times 3.5. So 5 5/9 times 3.5, and we're gonna get, yeah. Well, let me do it again because I got, so you know what? It's okay. Let me just do it again. 5. Give me 1 second. I'll explain what's going on. 5/9 times. Let me put that as a fraction. 3.5. Okay. Now, the answer in a fraction is 19 4 over 9. If you multiply, so if in your calculator, you can also use 3.5 if you wanted to. So if you did that, you got this. Now, if you multiply by 3.5, your calculator said 19.44444444, right? Or you can write 19.4 repeated. So that's what I would take. So if you happened to multiplicaron por un decimal, if you multiply by decimal, come on, if you multiply by decimal, I want you to put your answer as 19.4 with the bar notation. If you change it to a fraction, 3.5, then you use 19 4 over 9. They're the same thing. Just be careful with how you write it. Okay. Next one. Hannah can swim 100 meters in 45 seconds. How far can she swim in 3 minutos? So same thing as the previous question. So 100 meters in 45 seconds. So let's find her rate per second, I guess. We can do that. So in 1 second, how far can she swim? Well, divide by 45. Divide by 45. And we're going to get 100 divided by 45. Even though 2 point... okay, so let's use, I guess, 2.22. Or let's just use 2.22 rounded. Okay? I won't give you a problem like this tomorrow. So 2.22 meters is her unit rate in 1 second. We want to know how far she can swim in 3 minutos. 3 minutes is the same thing as 180 seconds. We're going to write 180 seconds because our units have to be the same. That's easy. Times 180. And over here, times 180. So I'm just going to guess 2.22 times 180 equals 399.6 meters. So Hannah can swim 399.6 meters in 180 seconds. Okay. Okay, so one where you have to find which one's faster or slower, and I want you to use the unit rate to compare and determine by how much or by how much less or how much more. Okay, so 2 containers, los contenedores. One leaks, sale agua 2/3 of a gallon every 1/4 of an hour. Y otro está perdiendo agua 3/4 de un galón en cada 1/3 de una hora, right? Ese es leaks, perdiendo agua. Contenedor que está perdiendo agua. So let's go container A, 2/3 of a gallon. That's a lot. In 1/4 of an hour. So let's find the unit rate here. We multiply times the reciprocal, which is 4/1, 4/1. And we get in 1 hour, this one is losing 8/3 gallons per hour, which is about what? 2 2/3? 2 2/3 gallons per hour. Okay, so we're going to leave it like that for now, just in case I have to subtract. So B, second one is losing 3/4 of a gallon in 1/3 of an hour. So how much water is it losing? So we're going to multiply by the reciprocal. 1/3 is 3/1. And 3/1. So I'm right 1 hour over here. If I multiply, I get 9/4. Ooh, yuck. Gallons. So I much rather write it into, let's rewrite this. So we're going to write this 9/4 gallons. We're going to write 2 1/4 gallon. Perdiendo en una hora, in 1 hour. And on the top, it's 2 1/3 gallons. Sorry, 2 2/3 gallons in 1 hour. Okay, so I think that's easier for you to picture. Es más fácil entender en esta manera. So, who's losing? Which container is losing hour faster, leaking more rapidly? ¿Quién está perdiendo más agua por hora? Who's losing water faster? So this is 2 2/3. This is 2 1/4, obviously. You're losing water a little bit faster here, leaking more rapidly. And by how much? ¿Y por cuánto? Well, if that's the question. We have to do 2 2/3 minus 2 1/4. And we're going to do that 2 2/3 minus 2 1/4. It's 5/12. So container A, I'm going to write here, container A is leaking más rápido, more rapidly, by, ¿por cuánto? By 5/12 of a gallon per hour. That's how much per hour. That's the difference per hour. 5/12 of a gallon per hour. All right. Yeah, we'll keep it simple. That's it.